Hey everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about how to pass the Google Cloud Platform Professional Cloud Architect exam, GCP PCA for short. This exam is a 2-hour exam with 50 to 60 multiple choice questions, and around 20 of these multiple choice questions are based on case studies, specifically 4 case studies that Google has provided beforehand. And today I'm going to be talking about just some resources, some advice, and exam strategies for tackling the GCP PCA. So, the resources I used for tackling this exam was a video course by A Cloud Guru called Google Cloud Platform Professional Cloud Architect exam, and this is made by Joseph Lowry. This is a great resource when you first start out because when I actually started doing this exam, I haven't had any experience with Google Cloud in the past. And what this course did for me was it gave me a brief description of all the main systems in GCP, and it didn't go into too much detail, but I got an overall view of GCP as a whole. And it had some labs that I got to have some hands-on experience with as well, which was helpful. So after I did the video course, I bought a practice exam from Udemy, and the video course and the practice exam I'll link in the description below. This practice exam was quite helpful. My strategy was just to do it until I pass. So I do the exam or the practice exam, see my score, and check what questions I got wrong. And based on the questions I got wrong, I would, try to understand the services more. Like for example, I was having some issues with Kubernetes and more complex systems like that. So I'd kind of target what systems I need to understand better, and the practice exam was actually very helpful for that. I wouldn't rely totally on this practice exam I've linked below to get ready for the exam, because the practice exam is not a one-to-one with the actual Google exam. The Google exam, I would say, it was a lot more tough than the practice exam, but this practice exam just gives you a great understanding and kind of gets you in the setting of writing an exam, because it's 70 questions the practice exam instead of 50, which was what it was for my real exam. So you get comfortable sitting down for a while and focusing in on the practice exam. As well, some advice I have is definitely 100% the case studies, the 4 case studies that are listed in the Google Cloud website. Make sure you understand them really well, because when you write the exam, there's going to be 2 case studies out of the 4 that are going to be selected for the exam, and it will save you so much time if you know about the technical requirements, business requirements, and the business as a whole for each case study than when you're actually in the exam reading them through, because the exam's only 2 hours, and sometimes the questions can take you longer. So 100% get to know the case studies really well. Next, there is a well-architected documentation that Google provides, which I will link down below as well. And specifically for the GCP PCA, I would 100% recommend going through this, because it gives you a high-level overview of security, reliability, scalability, site reliability engineering, and all those big picture ideas in Google Cloud, as well as it goes into in-depth on how you can use certain systems or certain pieces of software like BigQuery in a very secure way. So really take a look at well-architected documentations. I went through the entire documentation before I wrote the exam, and it was 100% very helpful. Next, I would say to get some hands-on experience, whether it's you making your own GCP account and working with the free services, or what I was fortunate to happen to me with my work was I had a partnership account where I was able to get certain labs for free, which was very helpful. And if your employer gives you that opportunity, I would definitely take it as well. Um, yeah. And now, when it comes to the actual exam strategy, I would highly suggest booking your exam maybe a month in advance. What my strategy was when I was acing my practice exams and passing them back to back, then I checked myself as I'm ready and I booked my exam. And when you're actually writing the exam on a MacBook, I'll give you guys a tip to make sure that you close all your backgrounds. So what happened when I was launching the test portal online was my Mac was giving me some issues because I had some applications running on the background, Spotify to be specific, and it was not, the application wasn't open, but you got to make sure that everything's closed, or else you won't be able to write the exam. So yeah, that's some advice with the Mac operating system when you're running the exam, when you're doing the exam. But also make sure when you're actually in the exam to read the questions very carefully. So read every word of the question and make sure when you see your options, read all the options very carefully as well. Because what happens is, say you read the question, you see option A is a good solution, and you just select it and move on. You never know, because sometimes maybe option D was a better solution. So make sure you go through and read every single solution and question very in depth. And also make sure that you check your work. So you can actually mark specific questions with a flag that you're unsure of. So what I did was, when I was writing my exam, questions that I was unsure of, I just flagged. And then when I was done the questions, I went back and checked. And I don't think I would have been able to pass this exam without checking, because I changed so many questions of my answers around the second time around. So 100% flag the questions you're not unsure of and come back to make sure that you answered correctly. So that was my advice with how to pass the Google Cloud Platform Professional Card Architect exam. I wish the best of luck to everyone, and have fun studying.